morning, children. Today I'm going to teach you a new poem. The name of the poem is Show Off, written by Sukumar Ray. Before I could start with the explanation of this poem, I would like to give you the introduction about the poet of this poem. Sukumar Ray was an Indian poet from Bengal. He was also a well-known author and a playwright. He was the father of the great filmmaker Satyajit Ray. Sukumar Ray is well known for his writing for children. Many of his works have been translated into English worldwide. So please pay attention while I read and explain the poem. In a hole at the foot of a tree, a frog had made his home full of glee. In a hole at the bottom of a tree, a frog made his home with great happiness. Now the frog was very happy to live in that hole at the bottom of the tree. He puffed his cheek and sang a tuneful poem. He made his cheek large and round, filled with air, and sang a sweet, melodious song. The king's elephant, all decked up, came swinging slowly by. The king's elephant was all well dressed, came swinging, means came moving gently and swaying slowly by. Okay, this king's elephant was very proud of itself. It was well dressed and it was moving very gently, and it was swaying, and it was moving very gently, and it swayed and it moved in a very gentle way. Oopsie, said Mr. Frog, into his hole did fly. Now when this frog saw this king elephant all well dressed and moving very gentle, swaying and moving very gently, so this frog wanted to play a trick on the king's elephant. So this frog began to tease the king's elephant by saying oopsie, and straight he jumped back into the same hole where he lived. Short-tempered was the elephant, kingly were his ways. Now this elephant was a very short-tempered elephant. It became angry very soon. This elephant used to get angry very soon, and kingly were his ways. He was very proud. This elephant was very proud of himself as he was a king's elephant. Moreover, he was well dressed. So this king elephant behaved in a very kingly way. Okay, in a very kingly way. He snapped a branch off in a sudden craze. Now when the frog began to tease this elephant, he became very angry, he became very furious. He bursted out in anger. This elephant became very crazy, he became very furious, he became very angry, and he bursted out in anger. And what did he do was this: in anger, this elephant with its trunk, he broke one of the branch of the tree, of the same tree where the frog was living. Where the frog was living. The nesting sparrows twittered dumbfolded. The nesting sparrows, in the same branch of the tree, there were some nesting sparrows who had their nest over there, and they twittered, they began to chirp, all dumbfolded. They were all amazed by the power of that elephant and how angry and furious that elephant was. Okay, they chirped. The nesting sparrows twittered, all dumbfolded. Phoo! Elephants are so strong, I am astonished. Then those nesting sparrows said, phoo! They were shocked, they were surprised, and they were amazed to see the strength of that elephant and how angry that elephant was when he broke the branch of the tree in which those sparrows had their nest. And then they replied and said, phoo! Elephants are so strong, I am surprised I'm astonished, I'm surprised to see the strength and the might of that elephant. Out popped Mr. Frog, said, "Brother, listen well a while." Then the frog, the same naughty frog, again he popped out from the hole of the tree, and he said, and he told those birds, "Brother, listen well a while." Means he began to boast. Now this frog began to boast about himself to these birds and said, "Brother, listen well a while. We four-footed animal, that's our normal style. We are four-footed animals." Now this frog is also comparing himself with that elephant and saying that I am also a four-footed animal and I also possess the same strength and power, and that's our normal style. So children, this is the poem all about. So I want you to read the poem as many times as possible and listen to the recitation. Until then, thank you.